Life magazine conducted a poll in 1956. They asked women which celebrity fit their ideal image of a husband. Perry Como won out. A 1958 poll of U.S. teens saw him win as the favorite male singer, beating the former year's winner Elvis Presley. Keep watching to learn more about him, including the one song Perry Como refused to sing live. Pierno Ronald Perry Como was born in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania on May 18, 1912. He had 12 siblings, but was the seventh son of a seventh son, a sign of good luck in Italian families. He was the first to be born in America. He says none of them was considered the black sheep of the family. Their father passed down his diligent work ethic to every one of them. Perry began working when he was 10. His first job was helping a barber before and after school. His love of music began in that shop. He spent his free time singing and playing the guitar. Tragedy struck when his father had to leave his job. Heart problems took over and made him an invalid. Perry felt the home's financial burdens placed upon his shoulder. He opened a barbershop, and his goal was to be the best barber between Canonsburg and Cleveland. Estimates claim he had $125 in profit per week, while his father earned less than $175 a month at the mill. His business sense was shining through, and he was making $40 a week by the time he was 20. His parents reminded him to remain humble, and that success meant, quote, having enough to remind you to be thankful. His career. Perry's career started almost by chance. He vacationed in Cleveland and found an audition for the Freddie Carlone Band. He got the part for only $28 a week. He was earning much less, but was finally doing what he loved. He decided he wanted to sing for a living. The beginning of that journey was rough. He was a married man living on the road and crashing in different apartments. He admitted money was tight, but they were frugal enough to live on what they made. He joined the Ted Weems Orchestra in 1936. That came with a pay raise to $50 a week. He enjoyed playing with them, but the grueling touring schedule was too much. He had just begun to start a family, and that was his first priority. He was almost fired for leaving in the middle of a performance to be there when his first son was born. The Ted Weems Orchestra broke up in 1942 when Ted was enlisted into the Army. That gave Perry a valid excuse to leave and settle down. He wanted to go back to being a barber, but his wife Roselle urged him to keep going. He jokes that he wouldn't have been a singer but would have had the best barbershop in town if it weren't for her. When he got a record deal, he went with RCA Victor. He recorded only for them from 1943 to 1987, making him the longest-lasting star the label ever had. The world loved Perry's relaxing style of music. Even Dean Martin used to refer to it as borrowing a cup of sleep at night. Bing Crosby called him, quote, the man who invented casual. He was often compared to Bing, having a similar voice but not the industry scandals. He struggled to get in the door because of it, but Ted helped convince executives. Struggling as an actor. Succeeding in more than one field is difficult. Perry tried to be an actor but didn't succeed. His films included Something for the Boys, March of Time, and Dollface, as well as If I'm Lucky and Words and Music. The humble man was honest about how he felt about his work. He said he got sick to his stomach when he saw his films and knew nothing about acting. That's why he asked to be released from his 7-year movie contract in 1947. He believed that TV could do him, quote, more personal good than the movies ever have because it allowed him to show his more relaxed side. His work there proved it was right. The Chesterfield Supper Club was a televised version of a radio show that aired December 24, 1948. He brought his son Ronnie to sing Silent Night with him, and it was a hit and extended to August of 1949. The Perry Como Show was a relatively popular show for decades in the U.S. and England. It even earned him several Primetime Emmy Awards. It reached the top 10 by 1955. The show was fraught with behind-the-scenes disasters, though. One episode had technical errors that whittled 6 cameras down to 1. Perry said that, quote, everything had gone wrong that could go wrong by the end. The audience thought it was funny, but only for so long. The show ended June 6, 1959. Live TV was Perry's second favorite way to perform. He loved the spontaneity and genuineness of it. He performed in several other variety shows, including the Kraft Music Hall, until being relegated to holiday specials. The song he hates. 2 of Perry's most famous songs are Papa Loves Mambo and Hot Diggity Dog. They're so beloved that they've appeared in films like Back to the Future Part 2 and Ocean's 2. The problem is he hates them and is even embarrassed to have them attached to his name. He didn't want to sing them in his early years but had no choice. Once he became famous and had more control, he avoided them. He finally could, quote, reserve the right to say no and refuse to sing them in his shows. He also did several holiday broadcasts. His version of the hymn Ave Maria was a traditional part of all of them, but he refused to sing it live, even though it was his most requested song. He didn't feel that a TV show was the right time or place to do it. Loving and losing his wife. Perry and Roselle met at a cookout on Chartiers Creek that he'd gone to with another girl. He didn't see her until the partygoers gathered around the fire to sing. His eyes never left hers when his turn came, and he sang More Than You Know. The couple were married July 31st, 1933. They had a son named Ronnie and adopted 2 children, David and Terry. He was also the godfather of Debbie Boone. The couple were married for 84 years. He spent his off time with his family golfing and fishing. He'd often catch their dinner when they moved to Florida. Perry called Roselle his anchor on their 58th anniversary. She said on their 65th anniversary, he was the, quote, most gentle and humble man she'd ever met. They were once asked the secret to their successful marriage. She said simply that making your vows a commitment to each other and to God was enough to motivate you to keep them. Roselle died suddenly of a heart attack at age 84 on August 12, 1998. Perry was devastated to lose his true love. He had to sing at a charity event a few weeks later and dedicated his song, And I Love You So, to Roselle. His final years and performances. Perry's style of singing was relaxing, but his performances did come with a physical risk. There was one day he was prepping to perform on an NBC special. The platform he was on was meant to split in 2, but it malfunctioned. He moved to stop himself from falling, but the platform separated. He hit his knee and then fell 5 feet below. He had to have his knee reset and was in a cast for 8 months. He said he almost went out of his mind while he had to rest and passed the time by watching TV and fishing. Perry was diagnosed with bladder cancer in 1993, but got treatment. He was then diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Perry died in his sleep May 12, 2001. He's buried at Riverside Memorial Park in Palm Beach, Florida, next to Roselle. There was a memorial service with 700 mourners. Fans and fellow celebrities remembered him fondly. Fellow singer Steve Lawrence said he didn't have an enemy in the world and lived a peaceful life with his family. His segment in the 1991 documentary Hard Copy said he'd never lost a friend after 60 years in the business. His daughter Terry said he was always just dad. He also taught them that life itself is an expression of love. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite memory of Perry Como? Let us know in the comments section below.